Also going IWC, YWC, Liberal Hill, a Memorial Day Raw. It could have been worse. We all know it could have been worse, and it was better than last week. But hold your horses. Just because it was better than last week doesn't mean it was enjoyable to watch. This was it. Look, we all should know now what Raw is. It's basically just Vince McMahon's cash cow for like I don't know, commercial money. It's obviously not the idea of Vince McMahon to put on quality, enjoyable television or wrestling that's equivalent to like Ring of Honor. And I'm not comparing like Ring of Honor to WWE. I'm talking about like in ring stuff as far as a sense of competition or stuff like New Japan. It's not that, obviously. I have no idea what it is, but let's just talk about the show. So it starts with Braun Strowman coming out, and he talks about, I'm going to win Money in the Bank. Nobody's going to stop me. Okay, you're one of the biggest guys. Okay, we've seen you do feats of strength. Okay, I can believe that. But then he cuts cringe sentence of the year. It's going to be, I'm going to be called Monster in the Bank. There's the line, Braun. You cross that bitch. Like, you can't put monster on anything. You just can't just throw your catchphrase in anything willy-nilly. No. Then out comes Finn Balor. And Finn's like, I took you to the limit. I can't do his voice. Whatever. I took you to the limit. Lucky Charms and all that. And then Braun's like, you put up a good fight. And he did like the lip thing for a little guy. And it's like, is this like finna be a gay porn? Like, what is this? You put up a fight for a little guy. Are you gonna rape him in the ring? Like, what's going on here? It didn't make any sense. And then Finn Balor slaps him, and then Braun throws Finn. Kurt Angle comes out, and he like, hold up, wait a minute, crowd. He wants the crowd to chant at him. Whatever. He makes a match. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens on commentary. Braun Strowman pretty much going no Vaseline on Finn Balor. Kevin Owens giving words of encouragement to Braun, and then he gives it to Finn Balor. Finn Balor makes a little comeback. But in the end, Braun Strowman wins via disqualification because Kevin Owens comes down and attacks Finn Balor, and then Finn Balor gets attacked with a ladder by Owens. He tries to attack Braun with the ladder. Braun takes it away and then throws the ladder at him. And then Kevin Owens runs away like a bitch. Because character consistency, because that's what Kevin Owens did like a couple of months. Whatever. So, moving on past that, like, Owens is in the background. He's like in the back. He's like, hey, I gotta go. Find my car key, blah, 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 blah. Kurt Angle comes in and says, look, you can't leave. You got a match against Bobby Roode. Because he failed to tell him this like hours before the show. Anyway, moving on. You had Elias in the ring, and this is the first time I've seen this. Elias is in the ring. He's singing, and the crowd is actually booing him. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because Elias was getting so much crowd love, but he's a heel. They don't want to flip him face and just let it go naturally with the crowd. So I don't know if it was just Richmond, Virginia, or maybe they just tired of this with Elias and him losing, and just lost faith. So now they're booing him, telling him to leave. Out comes Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins pretty much punks out. What do you want, bro? He pretty much punks out uh, Elias. Elias leaves. And then you have the match, Jinder Mahal versus Seth Rollins. And Rollins ends up losing via disqualification. He hits Jinder, and Samir Singh with the chair after, Jinder Mahal hits him with a chair. The referee didn't see it. Samir's numerous interferences and stuff like that. And then, like, Rollins, he's celebrating or whatever, and he gets attacked by Elias. Elias hits him in the back with a guitar. He, like, front flips over the announce desk or whatever while he's celebrating. The match between him and Jinder, it's hard to be really interested in this super Rollins phase where, like, after, like, a grueling match or during a grueling match, he just pops over the kip up. Yeah! It's too John Cena-esque for me, and I guess people are giving this a pass because it's Seth Rollins, or I don't know, but I just can't get down with it. Jinder Mahal, the guy looks like a fucking monster, but he's having a tough time with Seth Rollins. I find it a little tough to believe. It's not like Seth Rollins is like Daniel Bryan. Like, Daniel Bryan's a submission specialist, and there are ways he breaks down bigger opponents. You all get into that, but it's just not believable, man. Like, Seth Rollins controlled most of this match, and Jinder Mahal had to go. Jinder Mahal, the guy looks like he's fucking killed most of the people on this roster with his bare fucking hands. But anyway, moving on past that, you get Oh yeah, the Ronda Rousey stuff. Ronda Rousey on commentary, and she's smiling because that's her, I guess, sticker. I guess Nia Jax comes out and she beats up a indie wrestler, woman, whatever. And I'm gonna stop for a little bit because I gotta talk about this. Nia Jax, she beats up the lady and does like a front senton, rolling senton, whatever you want to call it. And she's like, gets on the mic, I need Ronda Rousey to come out and help her, and tells her, move, tells the crowd to shut up. She knows that. Look, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a couple weeks ago, not Ronda, but Nia, she was just, the storyline was, hey, Alexa Bliss is bullying me. She's making fun of me because I'm fat, and I'm going to... Why? Okay, first of all, it's so stupid hard to talk about. If you're going to have her character is, I'm a big person. I'm standing up for all the people that got mistreated. Stop bullying, all that. And then not even maybe like 2 months later, you have her bullying people. For what? Just to get this match between her and Ronda, like, set up. Ronda's the clear face. Nia Jax, she's a big old 2 drumstick eating fat bitch. Like, so what was the point of building that thing with Alexa and Nia? If you're just gonna flip her character like that, why couldn't you have Nia Jax be just a dominant badass? Not, oh, I'm crying, they're calling me fat, and she just wants to. Why can't you have that instead of doing the crying stuff? And you're like, okay, I feel bad for Nia Jax. She's fat and people are making fun of her, and then you just to do this with Ronda Rousey. It diminishes character. You remember back in the day in WWE, even when people somebody turned heel or face, they still had characteristics to where their character is. Now somebody can just be nowadays somebody could be, hey, I'm a happy smiling handshaking face. The next 2 weeks, I'm a mean badass heel who spits on kids. Bro, And it's now that completely kills Nia Jax's momentum. Just for what? Ronda Rousey getting a title that she kind of doesn't deserve because she only beat one person in a tag team match, and it's, they could have just built this up so much better. Like, not okay. Let's not have Nia Jax challenge Ronda on the red carpet. Let's have, I don't know, maybe I don't know. Let's have Ronda in the Money in the Bank match, and then have somebody else beat Nia Jax, not beat Nia Jax, but start a feud with Nia. I don't know, maybe the Riot Squad or something like that. And then you have that going for a while. Have Ronda win the Money in the Bank, and a million possibilities you could go with this. But the point is, it's stupid. Not you. It's stupid that they would do this to the Nia Jax character when just 2 months ago you had her. Like, that's the whole character. That's why we had Nia Jax turn face. She okay. Let's just move on. I could talk about that shit forever. You had Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the Ascension. Look, who cares? Like, you got Corey Graves on commentary, King Mansell, Wolfgang, and Queen Rebecca, and Marco Cole just completely no selling. Who? So Marco Cole, you don't know who Matt Hardy's kids are or his wife. You're just gonna completely shit on that. See, that's why TNA Impact version of Broken Matt Hardy was way superior. I don't care how much money they throw at Matt Hardy and all this stuff, the worldwide attention. If you are going to tell the backstory of the characters and why he's broken and give legitimate reason, what's the point? You're just like, what? Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are a tag team that just do random matches every week to say wonderful. Who gives a fuck? I'm not invested in the characters. I barely know who woken Matt Hardy like he lost and now he's woken and Bray Wyatt got a bath in the lake of reincarnation. Now he loves me. Who gives a fuck? This should be better than what it is, but yet this is what we get. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy beat the Ascension like you didn't fucking know with the kiss of deletion. You should know that. Then you had Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel backstage talking to Kurt Angle. And they're like, look, we're undefeated, blah, 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 blah. Give us a title match. And Kurt, it kind of made me laugh. He was like, oh, man, that jerk Kurt Angle stiffed us on a title match. And Kurt Angle was like, you got to go outside and take a shit, boy. Okay. All right. All right. Don't worry. He's fine. He's a professional shitter. So they're like, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a barbecue and get the tag teams to say, yeah, we can have a title match. And Kurt's like, no, I didn't say that. And then Curtis asks, he's like, yeah, I wasn't thinking about the barbecue because that jerk Kurt Angle. And it's fun at the moment. Now it's not because I'm trying to explain and all that. Whatever. So then you had the Riot Squad backstage, and they're on the handy cam, the cheap promos. They're talking about we're gonna go into the gauntlet match for the last spot, and they're like, this is the last chance. Somebody gave us a chance. It kind of makes sense. The Riot Squad, there are 3 ragtag people that you wouldn't think would be in WWE, and they're kind of making the way. So it makes sense to why these women are together. You got the leader, Ruby Riott, who looks different, but she can wrestle. So based on past WWE stuff, maybe she wouldn't get there. And then you have Liv Morgan, from where her character is. She's sort of okay. Never mind what I said. Fuck that. Whatever. So then you have Rude versus Owens. Decent match. Decent. Owens wins with a roll up, and then Braun Strowman comes out, beats up Owens, and you got Bobby Roode. Bobby fucking Roode. Mr. Selfish Generation. One of the longest reigning, if not still the longest reigning Impact World Champion of all time. Sitting up on the second rope. Yeah! Do it, Braun! Yeah! What have they done to Bobby Roode? Somebody tell me. And then, like, while Roode's doing, like, clapping like a fucking moron, Braun Strowman chokes him and then hits him with a running power slam because he fucking deserved it. Because what the fuck have they done to Bobby Roode? Then you have Sami Zayn. He comes out and he's like, I gotta apologize because management, social media people, they thought my interview was bad. It was dudes dressed as women. I don't know where they were going with this. Like, was he trying to like make fun of people on social media for calling WWE out for having a bad segment? I don't know what was going on here. It was just then Bobby Lashley comes out and he's like smiling, smiling black guy WWE gimmick, and he's like, I'm having a lot of fun with you, Sammy. We got issues. Shake my hand and have a match. Okay. He shakes his hand and Zayn's like, okay, we're gonna have a match. I'm gonna kick the shit out of your face. And then Bobby like grits his hands like, y'all gotta apologize stuff too because I'm going to hurt you really bad at Money in the Bank. So I guess it's kind of good because it's showing that finally Lashley's like huge and strong and shit, and maybe Sami Zayn got over his head because look, Sami Zayn compared to Bobby Lashley, like it should be no competition, but now they're finally getting around to it. So I guess better late than never. Whatever. Let's see, and then after that, all right, Gauntlet. No, not the Gauntlet match. You have Chad Gable versus Drew McIntyre. Look, Chad Gable, I guess they're using him as a high-profile jobber because last week he lost to Ziggler, and this week he gets completely shit-canned by Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre looks good, but I don't know what this does for Chad Gable. Then you have the B team and the B team barbecue. They ask all the tag teams if they can shoot ahead of the line. They talk about how they got redneck type of barbecue, potato chips, bologna sandwiches, baked beans, and hot dogs. And then you have the black guys talking about how the food is in season. They got a macaroni and cheese, standard WWE racist type of stuff. And then you have this kind of goes back to the Nia Jax stuff. You have Heath Slater. His character is ever since like SmackDown. His character has been he's a redneck, too many kids kind of guy character that loves like white trash shit. So he's like, this is some great barbecue shit in West Virginia. Well, thanks for sticking to your character. I wonder why the same writers can't do the same for Nia fucking Jax. Nia Jax just turns heel all of a sudden because she challenged Ronda. It's so stupid. I can't even explain how that happens. And the thing. Grown men in WWE actually wrote to have grown men have a food fight. Throwing mashed potato salad, throwing ham sandwiches, then Rhino's in the ring. and he's throwing baloney at the crowd. And then the B team comes in and double choke slams Rhino. Rhino, a certified fucking living legend, gets double choke slammed onto a table that's full of throne food. Okay. Okay, that's really high. Okay, and then they set up matches for next week. Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor. Braun versus Bobby Roode. And for some reason, Nia Jax versus Natalya. And then the B team, they go into Kurt Angle's office and they're like, look at they threw some mashed potatoes and whatever. And Kurt Angle's like, next week it's going to be all those teams that we just saw in a battle royal. So why the fuck can they have that match this week instead of just okay, main event. Okay, women's revolution. Women's revolution is a six, if I'm not mistaken, 6-woman or 7-woman, 7-woman gauntlet match. How much time are they going to give this match? The whole hour? 30 minutes? 15 minutes? Fuck! Okay, so this is how it goes. Bayley comes in the ring and somebody asks her about the gauntlet, says she doesn't, whatever. As soon as it's Bayley versus Liv Morgan loses the match in like less than 10 seconds. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan comes in, lasts for 2 minutes. Yay, women's revolution. We're really showcasing women's wrestling with those 2 matches. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan beat up Bayley. Out comes Rude Riott. I swear, like after the commercial, it was like probably like 2 minutes, and then Rude Riott ends up winning with the Riott kick. Dana Brooke comes out because they had to kill more time. Dana Brooke lasts for like maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes, gets a Riott kick. Mickie James comes out, gets rolled up by Ruby Riott in her hometown, no less. And then it's down to Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks. And I swear, this match was pretty alright, but I swear, like, I was watching the screen, and all of a sudden the screen just said screen suspended or whatever. I did it like switch to another screen like probably like 15 seconds. And within that 15 seconds, like when the screen got suspended, Ruby Riott had Sasha Banks down the ground, down and out. And 15 seconds later, Sasha Banks wins. I don't know if she wanted to roll up or like a tap out. Like, and first of all, let me say this. They didn't have the common sense to do this. If you're going to have Bayley talk about Sasha, why the fuck, when this would be the perfect opportunity. Now, let's say this for Money in the Bank since Bayley didn't make it. This would be a perfect opportunity to have, I don't know, the Riott Squad leader, a woman that's not really made in the company yet, win this gauntlet, be in Money in the Bank. And the way you do that, you have Bayley cost Sasha this match, by interference. And hey, Bayley sometimes, finally turns it around, has a character. She's a heel now. You could build off that. And if they don't do Bayley knocking Sasha off of the fucking ladder right before she wins the belt, the briefcase, they might as well just stop this whole Bayley, Sasha. Are they going to feud? Are they not going to feud? Especially if they didn't do it tonight. It has to be a plan. I don't know who's going to win the Money in the Bank thing with the women, but Bayley has to knock Sasha off. Like, You either gotta shit or gotta pop this shit. You keep building this shit up, keep bringing it up. What's the climax? What's gonna get these two women to be feuding with each other? And then you're throwing. Obviously, not gonna be for a belt because you got uh, Ronda, Smile, Rousey going for the belt, and then you got. It's so confusing in the women's division. Like it's it's nothing really to cheer for. I was trying to get behind Nia Jax. I really was. I was like, okay, you got a big woman. She's a face. She's comfortable with her body. Okay, I can kind of get behind that. But just like with that, she's challenging people on the red carpet, not in the ring. And then because she made the challenge, now she's back to being basically what Alexa Bliss describes. Brilliant. And look, this Raw was boring. Like I would just sit here almost like this shit again. Like it's never a good sign when you're looking at TV and you're like this shit again. Oh boy, but maybe you guys enjoyed it. I didn't, but tell me what you think about it, man. Like did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Let me just get out of here, man. I got sleep to catch and everything like that. So